Good morning, January 28th. Good morning. Little feedback there. Just loading up a few things here. Good morning, Coper. Let's see. So much to do, so little time. Got to watch for a chop day, possible chop day. Hopefully I'm done clicking. Let's see. Oh, yeah. More stuff to do. Try to keep the hooligans out. All right, we're right inside CPR, right in the daily pivot. On the hour chart, 21,279.75. So we're kind of playing around there, trying to decide what to do. Oh, that's a small one. Something maybe there. I don't really like this. But it's there. I don't like this. Unless the guy's waving his hand or something. Other than that, we got bulls or bear zone way up here at 580. It's 280 points away. And the bull zone at about the same distance to the downside. So could just be one of those days where I don't know, something. I mean, we do have this big gap right here to fill. Or leave it, doesn't matter. But after a big move yesterday, we're just kind of hanging out. You know, if you did this and you did that, you know, we kind of hit the 50% yesterday, which very much tells me more than likely that we're going to either come up here and reject. You know, it'll be one of these. I think it'll be one of these two. Not necessarily the 70 this time. But that would be my guess. As far as a move up is to come up here and hit the 61.8, reject. And, you know, a good place for that is once we get up there is to come down, you know, somewhere in here. It's either here or here. And then you make a move up to the 78.6, and then you reject there, which would bring everything else up with it. Because then you go up here, and then you get another rejection and somewhere in there. And you would bounce there if you're going to continue to go up. So that would be based on us continuing up, or at least coming up and hitting the 61.8 or 78.6. Could we just reject down from here? Yep, we could. But typically, I think they'll come up here and at least hit this guy. 472, so that's 170 points up. Could they come down, hit this guy, and bounce up? Yep. But that'd be 280 points to the downside. I don't know if they would do that. That wouldn't suit anything. But kind of a double top, right? You kind of got a double top there. Yesterday, early this morning. Well, early for me. You can see how we came down and hit the 50%. So we came up here, wicked the 50, came down and hit the 50, which to me that makes total sense. And then bounce up. So my thinking is they want to come up and hit the 61.8. That would be my. If somebody said you had to make a decision and had to decide what was going to happen, I would say that we may even come down to here and then bounce up. So maybe a short ride down this morning and then a move up. If I had to bet. Could we just go straight up and hit the 61.8? Yep. Straight up meaning deep. So that would be my guess. Oh, there's open. Ooh. Wasn't ready for that. Here we go. Oh, Alright, don't do that anymore. Always like to play in those little moves though. Alright, so now I'm going to be ultra careful. There's the move up. So that long was good at 03, which makes sense. I'm going to try it right there. Same result. Oh, then we got the short too. 10.15. That was the 15-minute short right there at 57. What are we looking for? I don't know, 220? 220 and then 95. And we got some time here to play around. On the 15-minute. Yeah, 217. Yep. All right, let's see what happens here. All right, so here I'm looking for just a little pullback, so we're not going to get much, doesn't look like. Looking for just a little flag built up. See if we get that little flag going. Nice little bounce. I'll move up a little bit higher to that 15-minute short. And if they don't take me, they don't take me. If we get back up to 300, I got to move this thing up. Or we just closed the 1-minute gap, or pretty close. There we go. $218. We'll take $218. Good morning, Gary. Okay, see if we can get to 18, a little bit lower than that. Next spot is 96. 271. All right, that's the spot we got to watch for the bounce. So I'm going to lock in half the amount. See if I can stay in this trade a little bit. Obviously now I wish I was in minis. Just let that play out. See what it does. See if I can stay in the trade. All right, so far so good. Yeah, that's kind of what I didn't want to happen, right? But since I'm on micros, I might as well. Kind of close the gap on the 1 minute. 40, 37, within 3 points. Main thing is I'd like to stay below this dotted line here if we could. If we can get below it, stay below it. If we can close below it, that's pretty big. That would be good for me. I'd like to add one here, actually. Let's see what happens. Still got 9 minutes left on this 15, so we need to close this 15 below that. Would be ideal. Shoot. Would have been nice to close the 5 below that, but got neither. It's going to be classic, right? You add one and then we pump up. Alright, so we get another little stutter step, another little flag maybe. And this would have been the time to place right there to add one. Come on, baby, go. So, decent ad, I think. Let's see if we can get a cruise on down, stay below 22 or 200 here. But I can definitely see move back up. So what I'll do is I'll try to lock one in here. Let's see, what do we get to 88? Yeah. Start to lock a little bit in. All right. Come on, let's go. A little bit further, if we can get on down there. Let's see. No, it's a good trade at any rate, even if I am on the micros. I told myself I'd be a little more conservative today. Of course, right? But good two ads. I think a good exits so far. Locked in probably, you know, if I was playing the minis, about 2K. That's what I was looking for, when that 15 was going to close so I could get out. Still a good trade. For a little candle close. On the 2-minute chart, a couple of nice entries. Those are my 3 entries right here on the 15-minute break on this little wedge, and then down here on this one. Let's see what we're going to do now. I still like that. Still a good trade. Obviously got some buyers in here. Somebody. Beautiful. Okay, that was nice. See if I can get the other guy out of jail here. All right, coming back for a retest. I still like that. Come on. Oh, come on. Pretty wicky here. Pretty wicky usually means we go up, right? See if we can hold this. All right, let's see what they do here. Opening range low 15-minute is 172.75. Thing says neutral, be careful. Oh, and he switched over to bullish just like that. 15 minute. So we still have 8 minutes to go. We came back up and retested that break. See if that break holds. Let's see, that break is about 18. I could take the short here and then just keep like a very small stop, but looks like we're going a little bit bullish maybe. Okay, we got above the 5 minute. Yep, that was our cue. See how far up it goes. I'm going to stay right where I'm at. On my stop, I think. Well, I'll bring her up a little bit. There's 500. Yep. What do we got here? 15 minute. All right, so the 5 minutes looking good. VWAP's up at 290. We're at 246. We got the 1 minute at 270. Just gave all that profit back. Almost wanted to add right there. Let's see what this candle does. Seems like we could come all the way back down to 219, 218. Oh, missed that. All right, we're going to lock in a little bit of profit here. That white line, former 15-minute low, was it's at the $500 mark, so I'm going to try to lock out right underneath that. All right, good trade. All right, coming back up to CPR, the bottom. Still have 3 minutes on this hour candle, so things could get jiggy here at 10 o'clock. I'm still thinking for a move up to, oops, wrong way. I can't even remember what I said. Just put a line there so I know where it's at. Right here. Close enough. And right there. That should work. Big bearish candle, big bullish candle. There you go. Delta's telling us bullish. Buy the pullbacks. Here's 15 minute. All right, so I'm going to look for a 2-minute pullback here. Maybe if I can get one. Good morning, Ravine. All right, I was down a couple $100 on my Tradeify. I'm back to being positive, playing the micros. Wish I was playing the minis. And this guy was down like 500. He's now down only 300. Playing the micros, not the minis. Entered in on the break of the 15-minute here, added here, exited. So now I'm just looking for another little play. Let's look on the 1 minute real quick. Yeah. Obviously in hindsight, you see these little guys. We're seeing one right here, so I might take one. Got to be careful around VWAP. Let's go. There we go. All right, we're up over 300 now. 300 the number, not the dollars, but all right, so there's that push up I was talking about early pre-market. You know, I was looking for the move up here to the 61.8, which is 470. since the 50% was here, we crossed it, came down below, closed above it, and then now we're pushing back up. New hour candle. My thinking is we head on up here to 470. That's my thinking. I would like to see a pullback, but it doesn't look like we're going to get one here. Tried to get into some Q calls. It doesn't look like I'm going to get in them. I don't want to chase them. Darn it. All right, up 7, up 9. I think locking in half is prudent. So what I do is it's very scientific. I just take my fibs, go from where I entered to where price is, and say, okay, 50%, I'll take it. That way you can just kind of keep moving up with price. And if it gets too far out of hand, like 50, 60 points, then I'll tighten that up. You know, I could do the 38.2, bring me up a little bit higher. But even the 38.2 a lot of times will get taken out. They'll just come down and wick it. Still not a bad trade. Okay, so here's the 50 right here. And we should be heading up here, and that's 658. Okay, see if we get there. So far, just straight up. So I got to think of pullbacks coming. So I'm going to just tighten my stop up a little more. Where am I at? Up 1,000 right there. So I was just going to put my stop right there. So 50 is right around 40. I'll take the 50 points. I always say if you can get $1,000, take $1,000. I just wish I was taking 1,000 instead of 100. Pushing session highs. pretty much straight up off the bottom. Okay, we took out another point at 358, seeing if we can get across there. Which we got across there, but see if we can hold above there. The other top point was 365 on the 5 minute. If you look at this guy right here, there you go, 366. Yeah, this was nothing. This was just, that was at 15 minutes, so there's a point there. Got to get above that, baby. And then the next little target, which we should be able to do all these, will be to get above there. Still, we're staying above the delta 34%, just barely. So for this candle, 5 minute candle, so it might be putting in a doji here. We'll see. Or a continuation candle, right? We had 4 pretty good candles going up. Let's see what happens. See if they come down. Yep, took me out. Wow. Wait for this 5 minute to close. We're just a little bit further away than that I'd like. Five minute high or opening range high, we're testing it. Might be a good place to get along, but we shall see. That opening range 1934 already, 12 something points above. Good morning, Bahamas. Bullish, bullish. I'm going to try to hide behind this. I'm playing micro, so I can afford it. I can take this. Give a little bigger stop. My stop's going to be below the opening range. really like this setup per se. The 5 minutes, you know, strong like that down. But we'll see if this holds. You know, we still should come down a little bit more just because of the move we've made up, right? What did we come up from? 21, 160, so 160 to, you know, basically 360. So it's like a 200-point move up. So I'm going to go into a little protect mode now. There we go. Not a bad trade. Okay, heading up. Pretty good day in the chat. On the stream. Okay, so I'm going to do another 50% move. Oh, that would be at 357. Actually, I'm going to go right there. I'm going to go to right there. What time is it? It is 10:18, so 12 more minutes for IB to lock in. So either they lock IB in there, or they continue to make some more session highs, and then right around 15 to 20 minutes, so probably within the next 5 minutes or something, they'll put in the high and then retrace, and then ba-bum, unless they're just going to ram it on down. I mean, they got two options. Okay, I'm going to lock in. Wouldn't mind locking in 63, but I'll lock in somewhere around 60. All right, locked in 125 points so far, give or take. All right, so we got a nice little guy there. Kind of on the neutral side. Well, let's go to 5 minutes, see what that says. Yeah, neutral, be careful. So we're just kind of floating around here. See what they want to do in the last few minutes. Last minute on the 5 minute, as well as this 2 minute. Might get touched by the flames there. Okay. Let's just keep pounding straight up. Heck. Probably should have added another one right there. It's funny, my tendency is I have no problem in adding on a short, but I never want to add on a long. It's funny. See if I can get up to, I need another $300, 15 more points to get to 150 points so far. Flew right up through 400 like Swiss cheese. I'll be watching for something around 450, 466. And this may just rocket on up. So that's another option. All right, I'm going to come up there and hide behind a couple of these guys here. I mean, it's crazy. I was down 200 on the funded account and up over 300, so I made 500 or 5K. Okay, so we're at 430. I'm going to stay at 408. We'll see. Pretty close to 100 points. Probably got it. 36. Yeah. I got in at 34. We're up at 36. Probably should have took it. Oh, looks like I might get another chance. So I got 16 seconds on this 5 minute. I'm going to lock in 34. I should just let it keep it going, huh? All right, locked in 34. I'm out 100 points. Got some Q calls I've had, so I'm going to get ready to exit those. I'd like to get them to $2. That's good right now. There we go. Beautiful. Nice job. Nice trade. Okay. Why can't I trade like that every day? That's because I have a new little system I'm working on. Plus, also playing in micros, it's easier, right? You get bigger stops, da. Plus, we're blasting one direction we went down, one direction we went up. It's pretty easy to hold on. All right, so I'm looking for, and we may blast right up through the 61.8. You know, you just don't know. I mean, as strong as these three candles are, who knows? We could just keep on going, right? I mean, people are buying the dip. But this right here, around 469, is the 61.8, so 470. The 78.6 is way up here in the bear zone at 661. You know, another 200 points up. Maybe it's 200 straight up. Not much you can do. Even on a 2-minute chart, you know, your 21 EMA is way behind you. He's like, hold on, wait for me. I'm going to catch up. So nobody can even get in. You can't even get in or get on. There you go. We're just making high after high. 2 more minutes for our IB. This might be one of those just blasted on up days. Hey Carol, welcome to the stream. You know, I think the number one thing would just be screen time. You got to watch what you're trading, you know, and just because I'm trading NQ doesn't mean you can't start off on ES, right? But just watch it. Watch how, you know, I would watch the 1 minute, the 5 minute, the 15 minute. That's what I would watch. Everything else is kind of, in my opinion, if you're a day trader, if you're just trying to get in and make $100, $200, $500, you don't need anything else. Other than you could look at the, excuse me, sorry about that. Other than you can look at the hour charts and things like that, daily chart, just to see overall where you are. But, or maybe a major point that's coming up or is either below you or above you. But, you know, it's just watching. You know, and put on these things like here, like I have the opening range, 15 minute, the first 15 minutes, highs and lows. You know, that's why I took the one trade down here, because I felt good that, okay, this would not a trade that I normally would take, honestly. I mean, I love the opening range, but I don't usually, after a big candle like that, it's not something that, it wasn't a trade for me to take. This trade was pretty big for me. Right, because we had a big engulfing candle came down and then we turned up. Well, I took this only because hey, that's a 15-minute opening range. So, you know, if we're not going to hold there, well, then we're going to continue to come down. So, but those are just things, you know, you just got to watch and watch screen time. Okay, so here we got a reversal candle. Oh, no, that's a 2-minute. Disregard that. I got excited there. I was thinking I was on the 5-minute, but nope. It's only on the 2-minute. Might be a small little reversal. Who cares? But right now, everything is strong, right? The market is strong. Strong move up. I wouldn't be surprised if we rotate here, come down a little bit, let everything kind of catch up. But that's just watching the market every day. So if you just focus on watching the market, you know, and then learn a couple little trades, a couple little plays. You know, like, where's it at? Here you go. So, like this is just one. I'm not saying you should do this because this is it's a risky trade. It really is. But I'm just using it as an example of a trade that can be taken. I tend to lose more than I win, so I don't know if it's something I'm going to keep doing. But just because it's so whippy on the first minute. But I'm just trying to show you as an example to learn something. Here, maybe I better use a different one. Well, it all depends on if, you know, there's so many ways. So if you want to trade Fibonacci's, the 2-minute, you know, I like the 2-minute, and then what I'm looking for, and this is actually not a bad place to start. So let's just go with that. We're on the 2-minute chart, and we came down on this first candle. We go up. So I always think of this as like I call it a stutter step, when it's kind of like a little flag or whatever, right? And And then we came down and broke through. So I took a trade because it's right for me. I took a trade because we came down and broke through that. Okay, well, we did the same thing here on this candle, right? So we came down 2 reds, came back up. Well, in the morning, I know that, hey, we're probably going to get some moves. So I want to put a, I ended up putting a sell stop right below here. So if we came back through on this candle, well, then I'd get hit, right? So that's just one little play. Then it's the same thing up here. When we moved up, we didn't really get any pullbacks. But I was watching the 1 minute. Well, in the 1 minute, it's a little finer. And you can see these little moves. So you could have done, something like that. I sometimes will do something like this. But you just have to just practice around, play on practice accounts, simulated mode. And that's what I would do. I would practice on simulated. And then once you got that little step, bam. So here was a little step right here. Here's another one. Here's another one. You got another one there. And then you can say, well, I'm going to take a long if we get above that wick. Okay, so there you go. There's 17 points, right? If you take 10 to start off with, it's not a bad play. And in fact, if I go through all of these, I think you'll find 10 points, 10 points, 10 points. So it's just practice. So what I would do here on this one is I would put this like this on the 1 minute. And you have to get used to the candles and stuff like that. That's why screen time is so important, just to watch. Now I use Trader. I made my indicators. So like this here is the opening 5-minute high, also the 15-minute high. This is the 5-minute low, the 15-minute low down here, and then the session low and IB initial balance is the first 15 minutes. I'm sorry, the first hour, initial balance, first hour. So anyway, hopefully that answers your question somewhat. Focus on, watch the 1 minute, the 5 minute, 15, and then decide what you're going to trade. Right? Is it going to be NQ, which is fast? Or is it going to be ES? I think I started out on ES. 90% of the traders probably start on ES. And then you just have to, I'm an observer of the market, right? I think, what is the market doing? How did it react? Last time we came down here, what did it do? So when we go down to the central pivot range, which is the pivot, right? You got the pivot here. How did the market react? Right? So here we came down, we went through this isn't probably a very good example, there's better ones out there, but we tried to get down below the bottom, couldn't do it. Tried to get down below the bottom again, couldn't do it. That in itself is a bullish sign. Right? We came out through the top, came up, came back down, retested it, moved back up. VWAP is always a pain in the butt. And then you got to find a couple indicators that you like. I like the VWAP and the 1 minute weighted. Michael showed me that, and I loved it ever since. Those are daily pivots. Now these are calculated. So if I go to like Camarilla pivots or something, they might be a little different. I'll put them on my bottom chart here. And I'll tell you if they're different. Usually they're pretty close. I don't know what. Oops. R1, S1. Maybe I don't have them on here. I got to check a box that says to give the pivot, I think. Oh no, these ones don't even show the pivot. Huh. Well, Ninja does things a little different sometimes. I don't know if somebody can tell me. Anybody have the daily pivot? What do they have versus what I have? R1. Sometimes you can't see the forest through the trees. Yeah, like these pivots here are a little different, and I don't show them all. Here, I'll just show you real quick. Let's go camera pivots. Yeah, their daily pivot might be a little bit different. But these, like, if you see the, like our S3 is the top of the bull zone for me. R3 is the bottom of the bear zone for me. Bear's last stance, I think, is R4. Bull target 1, I think, would be R5, I think. Anyway, so they're somewhat correlated, but they're not, right? So here's your R1 here, and then here's R2. You can see we almost came up to it. I do on other charts have pivots because pivots are important. So, but they don't always adhere to it. Just like mine, they don't always adhere to it. But anyway, I just say take your time. Don't jump in with your money. You know, you're better off to use, you know, in my opinion, you know, especially learning is spending, you know, if you can get a good deal on a prop firm where you're only spending, you know, $50. And then I would play, you know, and then that gives you 30 days of practicing. And then I would spend the $50 on that and play the micros. Don't even play the minis. That way, you know, you have $2,000 basically to lose. And as long as you don't go crazy on trading, it could take you a couple weeks to lose that much, right? If you planned it out and took, like, you know, just said, okay, I'm taking it to max 5 trades a day, right? But you could, and here's the thing, you know, don't follow other people. Learn a system that you're comfortable with, right? So learn a system that you like. You know, it's good to come on and watch streamers and see how they do it, because everybody does something differently, and you could see and you could learn something that maybe you didn't know from, you know, these different streamers and stuff. But don't copy trade their trades. You know, I would highly recommend no one ever copy trade the trades. You know, because you have to be comfortable with it's your money. So you make or win or lose your money on your own time frame, on your own system. But if you bought it in a prop firm where you're spending 40, 30, you know, anywhere between 20 and $50 and play the micros, you could play that for a long time. To me, that's the best way. Or play, you know, if you wanted to play with more or less like real money, or you can just play in simulated mode and it doesn't cost you, but depends on what I don't know what platform you're using. Like Ninja gives you a simulated system you can use for free or whatever you pay for. And then, like I can't think of the name, but I don't know. There's other platforms where you have to pay for the simulated side. So if you have to pay for simulated, you might as well use a prop firm, because maybe you turn that into real money, right? You have a valuation you have to pass, $2,000 you have to make, and then you can, you spend another potentially $80 or $60, whatever the number is, and yeah. So here's like on my website, which I just kind of got more or less running. Here's the under prop firms. Here's the different deals, right? So you got Apex. Their 50Ks are $83 plus $85 activation fee, so you're in for $170. Right now, Tradeify's having a special going on for, I like the growth account for $90. It's 50% off, and no activation fee. So if you pass it, maybe for more experienced people, if you passed it, you would, all in for $90. They have other ones that you pay. I just bought a let me see. How do I get out of here? Like this account here for Tradeify cost me, I think like $49 or $40, whatever. Maybe $39. And then I got to pay, if I pass this, I make $3,000 before I lose $2,000, I pay $85 for activation fee. This one, I paid $90 to start with, and I didn't pay any activation fee. Now it's a real account, and today, you make $300 or something. And then you got TakeProfitTrader. They currently, this is, I think this ends either today or Friday. I think it's today. I heard someone say it was today. TakeProfitTrader, 50% off, no daily things, and then My Funded Futures. I don't have a coupon with them, so you'll have to get somebody's coupon. I use them. I like them. They just haven't. They denied me on being a affiliate guy. So for whatever reason, don't know. They didn't tell me. Everybody else did. I got one for Tradeify 2 days ago. So, and basically, you don't pay any more for using my codes, right? You get the same code everybody else, just that I get a little piece of the pie, of their pie, not your pie. Because you're going to pay whatever you're going to pay, $39, $90. You're going to pay that regardless, whether you use the funded account, because everybody has every place. Apex has their own code, Tradeify has their own code. If you use their own code, you get the same price, right? Only difference is they give me $5, right? So not that big a deal, but hey, it adds up. It's kind of why I do the stream for free. Not that right now anybody want to pay me, because I wouldn't pay me. So, but I'm getting there. It's tough being on a streamer, and it's tough to be relaxed enough to not take trades. Like that's what I'm trying to do right now. I'm not trying to take a trade. I'm trying to say, hey, you did all right today. You're all right. You're up over, since I started, if I was playing the minis, I'd be up $4,700. That's what I made in basically 3 hours. It's not bad. Do I wish I would have been playing the minis? Well, of course. But it is what it is. And I'll be happy I'm happy right now. It was what I'm happy about is a good day of trading. That's what I like. That's what gets me excited. Do I want to make as much money as I can? Absolutely. I would like to be killing it. I would like this to be $3,500, right? This guy was down, I think at one point, $900. So I'm glad I brought him back, and I'm good, right? So right now I would be watching something like this. My thing says bullish by the pullbacks. This is a 2-minute chart, so I don't really care about that. And this guy says it's neutral. Be careful. So I don't know if I'll take that trade. But this is a pretty strong 5-minute little flag. That's all we're doing right now, is we're just kind of flagging out. And my guess is we're still heading up to this part right here, 661. We just got a little ways to go. My guess is we bust through this right now. Why do I say that? Because we're kind of, we're back to being neutral. This is a 5 minutes, so it's fairly strong. Yep, 15 even saying be careful. So I don't trust this move yet. I'm getting close, but not all the way yet. I did like the fact that these were the previous highs, right? We came back and retested them. You had a wick up here and you had a body right here. So what did we do? We came back on this candle, tested it, moved up, came down again, tested it, moved up. So my guess is we're going to go long. Just a guess. Even though this says be careful. What I did is I created a little, what do you call it? This indicator here, I just put a little text in there and said, hey, if you're above a delta 34, it's bullish. If you're below 28, it's bearish. So, and then anything in between is just neutral. And that's based on just one day of watching it yesterday and saying, okay, this is what I've seen. So this is what I'm going to go ahead and put in, and I'm going to watch that to see how useful it is to me. And thank you for the question, Carol. Okay, I'm going to try, let's see if I can get a little more of a pullback, but I'll just take a little long here. Only because this could be my last trade. It's 11 o'clock. And I'm going to pull this guy down right about here. Probably should come down a little bit further. And there you go. Probably shouldn't have taken that trade. Okay. 14. Really don't want to see it get past 18. I mean, we could probably wick there. That's probably what they're going to do, is come down to 10 and wick. Yep. So I probably should have listened to my little deal. It says neutral, be careful. Yeah, all right, I'm done. 2 in a row. It's 11 o'clock. Things slow down. They don't always make sense. I still like the overall play where we get a move back up here to 661. Come down from the low to the high. So that's, we'd like it to hold there at about 410. You know, this comes down to what I think I talked about it a little while ago, where I said, well, we're getting close to that point where they're going to make a session high and then they're going to retrace, right? They just did it a little bit later. Actually, maybe they did it right when they were supposed to. Yeah, they just did a little bit later than I would have liked. I mean, they waited for the last 5 minutes. I think if you cross back above here, like that, I think if you get above that, then might be not a bad play on the 5 minute. Yeah, so what they did came down to 70.2. See, yeah, I wouldn't mind taking this little long right here. They came down and wicked me out, which is probably what they were supposed to do, right? Come down. But what I did is I took my little fib, and I still may get wicked out. Took my fib, went up right here. We came down to the 70.2. So what I'm hoping on now is we continue up. And maybe they come down and get me again. I don't know. Try to get my my money back. Don't really need to get my money back, but come on. See what they did is moved up off that. They know what people play these trend breaks, right? They know people are playing them. So they'll move up, get people to go bullish, then they'll just bring it back on them, stop them out. It's all a game. Okay, I won't take any more trades today. I'm going to bring this guy up to where I think we're heading to. I'll try to let him play out there if he can. I'll go to break even if he gets up $400 or $500, and try to let him ride out. Right. The farther away he can get from my entry, obviously the better. I got in at 23. We're getting up to 40, so within 20 points. That's good enough for me. I'll get close. Good place to end the stream. Thanks for being here. I won't take any more trades. And as we know, I'm not a big conversationalist. So I try to keep it about charts and about trading and no drama. So I've lost a few people here lately. So I'm trying to get my stuff together, man. Just do what I'm supposed to do. I'm a good trader. It's just a matter of streaming. It's just a little psychologically, it's a little tough sometimes, I will admit. So, all right. You guys have a great day. We'll see you tomorrow if you're here. If you buy any prop firm things, if you want to use Mr. Fibs, that would be fantastic for the coupon codes. If not, I understand. And then I'll be here again tomorrow. I think I have a good setup right now, a good play, and I just don't want to get overconfident. So I'm going to play micros for a couple more days just to see if I can build these up a little bit. Just get a little play, throw in some minis every now and then, and then go from there. All right, you guys have a good day. Hopefully you're green, stay green, and be nice to someone today. Ciao.
Riding the lightning of a million screens, chasing futures in the markets unseen. Price action whispers, Fibonacci screams, gonna make money, no tilted dreams. Clicking and scrolling every ticking line, charts unfolding like a poet's rhyme. NASDAQ futures, don't waste my time. Green candles rising, let's climb, let's climb. On the edge of glory, trading in the night. Every candle tells a story, money's tight. No fear, no tilt, just the thrill of the fight. Price action, rule book, Fibonacci might. Sweating each second in the digital glow. Markets wild, riding highs, riding lows. Futures unfolding like a thunderstorm show. Let that profit rain, let me feel it flow. NASDAQ dreamers, don't give up, no way. Price charts got us every single day. Money on the line, no time to play. Fibonacci's wisdom, show us the way. On the edge of glory, trading in the night. Every candle tells a story, money's tight. No fear, no tilt, just the thrill of the fight. Price action, rule book, Fibonacci might. NASDAQ dreamers, don't give up, no way. Price charts got us every single day. Money on the line, no time to play. Fibonacci's wisdom, show us the way. On the edge of glory, trading in